right, Anthony Davis went down hard last night and may miss their upcoming two-game road trip. AD is reportedly going to travel with the team. However, Kyle Kuzma is expected to pick up more minutes and most likely start if AD is sidelined. There have been reports that the Kings have engaged in talks with the Lakers to trade for Kuzma, leaving his future with the Lakers really in question right now. Fox Sports NBA analyst Chris Broussard is with us now. Good to have you back,
Great to
Chris.
be here.
Welcome back.
Yes, it's good to be back.
So here's the thing. If AD does miss the next two games, how big are those games for Kuzma and really his future with the Lakers?
Well, look, obviously there's reports about him being traded. What I'm told is they're just doing due diligence.
Okay.
They understand his importance to the team. But if they can find a guy that fulfills their needs of a playmaker, a three-point shooter, and a perimeter defender, which is a tall order, then yeah, you do. Only AD and LeBron, of course, are untouchable. Okay. Now, Bogdan Bogdanovic is interesting because his numbers are very similar to Kuzma's, and he's used to coming off the bench, which leads me to my main point to answer your question. If Kuzma, let's say AD doesn't play these next two games, and Kuzma averages 26 points a game or whatever, I don't think that changes his standing with the Lakers because they know if, as the second option to LeBron, he can go out and get you 20-something points. The question is, can he accept his role this year? Because he's not going to be the second option as long as AD is healthy. Right? So can he accept the role as the guy off the bench and be that third guy and shine and excel in that role? For the last few years, Kuzma has been able to play kind of haphazard basketball. You know, you're not winning, you're on a losing team, you shoot when you want, you take bad shots, and all that. Now he has to adjust to, one, coming off the bench, but two, playing more winning basketball. Shot selection's better and things like that. And so that's where he's adjusting. So actually, he might help his standing more if AD did play, and then Kuz came off the bench and played well off the bench. So, again, I think he probably remains with the Lakers past the deadline. But what he's got to show them is he can play winning basketball, better shot selection, and maximize those minutes off the bench. What he's trying to do now is jam his 18 to 19 points a night in 10 fewer minutes a night and 5 fewer shots a night, right?
Yeah.
And that's the challenge. So he's got to accept that role and excel in it.
And that's why I think it's going to be huge, because what he hasn't been able to do is show that he could be that third option. Give them 18 to 20 a night in this role. Lou Williams, he must turn himself into Lou Williams. Lou Williams can be a starter. Trev Harrell can be a starter. But they come off the bench, and you know Doc knows on a nightly basis, I'm getting 18 to 22 between these two guys. Well, this is what Kuz is now. Because as you mentioned, he was playing 33 minutes last year, now he's down to 23. So now he's condensed and trying to get the same production into him fewer minutes. And he's not that efficient. Kevin Durant could do that, but he's not KD. He's not that efficient of a player. So now he comes in, oh, first shot they're getting the ball, oh, he's shooting it. It's going up, Skip. You know that.
He's always going up.
He's going up.
Right.
Right.
But and that's what they want him
to rein that in.
Right.
So even if he can't give you 3 and D, even if he can't get all those other things, 2 of the 3 might not be bad. I like the Bogdanovic kid out of Sacramento. Yeah. Now, I don't know if that's going to be an even swap head up or something like that. But also, Skip, there was something that happened last week, and we talked about it.
We did.
We talked about it.
And if you didn't bring it up, I was going to bring it up.
You know what Kawhi trainer said?
Yeah, I saw it.
And what did Kuz say?
Kuzma's trainer said.
Yeah, Kuzma did.
Kuz, you think that was reference to LeBron? The tweet?
Kuz said, call a spade a spade. Now, if my trainer says something, I can go to LeBron and say, LeBron, I can't control what he said. But if my trainer says something, I say, well, call it like you see it.
Well, who was that referring to?
Because
obviously,
unrelated.
Right, he didn't tell us who it was.
Whoops.
Now what I'm told with that,
right?
and you may have been told the same thing, LeBron, we know they've made up. There's no issues there. I will say this, and I'm told LeBron's fine with Kuz, all right, that there's no issue. But even if he does have an issue with him, we have to admit, LeBron's always put business ahead of personal feelings.
Yeah, and that's
Dan Gilbert being the biggest example,
and
right?
Skip, and what has he always done? He loved Lonzo. He loved B.I. But I want that guy to help me win the championship. So he'll put his personal feelings aside. If it means getting the championship, because guess what? He loved D-Wade. but he left D-Wade Bud in Miami to go back to Cleveland because he felt they gave him a better chance to win. And at the end of the day, Goat James care about one thing, winning.
Well, that's why.
Or scoring in the fourth quarter.
Either or.
Unless they get a deal that makes them better without Kuz, I think LeBron's
What about
like,
Bradley Beal?
even if he feels, oh yeah, do that. It's certain.
Dreamer. He just dreams.
Right. Maybe Washington just wants to get rid of all
Bradley
their
Beal.
salary.
I want him.
They do it.
Got him.
But that I don't think LeBron's just going to push him out the door to get rid of him.
I got to go back
petty
to
reasons.
Lou Williams' analogy. Here's where it does not work for me. Lou Williams has earned Sixth Man of the Year. When he steps on the floor, the others say, you're the first option, as opposed to what Kuzma has not earned. So listen, when Lou's on the floor, trust me, even Kawhi and Paul George, his new teammates, are like, go ahead, we're good, we're good. You do it, right? So there's no threat there because he's earned his place in that rotation, which is, it's weirdly, he's like a starter who comes off the bench because he's going to play starters minutes in reverse. It's what Popovich did with Ginobili. He would bring him in and just change the whole game all of a sudden. But with this kid, I'm on record. I love Kyle Kuzma. I love what he's made of. He might not fit here, but they need him to fit. Because I still believe this team needs a closer, and he can be the closer. He was born with the mentality of a closer where he has no memory of the last miss.
I agree.
He just keeps shooting. It's in his light. I mean, his mind is just green light. That's all he sees is green, and he can immediately forget that I just shot an air ball, and the next time he'll...
But that's the problem. Frank Vogel wanted him to remember. Stop shooting so many times.
Okay.
Got to find a balance.
Okay, so the problem here is that LeBron and AD need to consider him a first option in crucial stretches of the fourth quarter, and I don't know if they'll ever live with that.
No, they go into AD. They go to the pick and roll, or they go to AD posting up. That's the first option. Then LeBron is second option.
Okay.
I hear where you're coming from because he does have that mentality, and I like that in him. But as you say, Shannon, he's not that efficient. So can he be
you have to
guy
live with it.
No.
Hey, I've seen him go crazy hot in fourth quarters and just carry this.
Well, you saw him in the second quarter on Christmas.
Oh, yeah.
You saw him.
He just changed the game.
Without the first quarter. The first quarter, he came and he got 15 points to end up with 19 at the half.
Right.
Yeah.
And remember, Kawhi was on fire, but he was even hotter. Right.
Well, it might have been the second quarter he got 15.
And I remember at Dallas, that big Friday night affair, the first time they played Doncic. Listen, Kuzma was sensational in that game, making big shots.
Yeah.
And there were times last year at Boston, remember? He just went nuts making threes.
But he can finish game. Like, he's not going to start, but he can finish. They're not against him being in that finishing group.
The thing is that, look, Brandon Ingram, B.I. is a better player than Kuz.
Okay.
But he needs the ball. Well, you can't have AD needing the ball, LeBron needing the ball, and B.I. needing the ball because you can't get the production out of B.I. that you see in New Orleans. Kuz could play along without the ball. He could play alongside LeBron. But he hasn't shown the consistency that they need to see because they know that because Kawhi, you know what you're going to get. You know what you're going to get with Paul George. But they got two bulldogs coming off the bench with Trev and Lou Williams. That's what they need from him. They need Kuz to give them 18 to 20, Skip. I didn't be able to put that in my pocket.
Right. And yet I agree with you. If he starts for AD on Friday and Saturday night and he scores 30 a game, it's really just helping getting him out of here, right? You're making him more marketable, right? As opposed to more fittable within
because I don't see how he starts. They're going to start with Avery Bradley because he's the on-ball defender. They're going to keep Danny Green because he can defend and shoot the three. I don't see a scenario he goes into the starting lineup this year.
No.
And I've also seen a lot of new hairstyles from Kyle Kuzma, and it's like rebellious to me. Like every night it's a new style. Like I don't fit.
I don't.
Mama Kuzma got on me when I tweeted something about his hair, so I'm leaving that. I ain't saying nothing about his hair.
Look, he's not the first to have trouble accepting that third role with a LeBron team.
That's a fact.
That's what happens.
I know.
Kevin Love. Chris Bosh. Kevin Love was a 26-13 guy. And he goes
16-6 by the time he was out. But you won. So do you want to win?
And Chris Bosh was a 2010.
Right.
All right.
So
no more giving him a hard time about the hair.
No.
That's done. Chris,
Cisco.
thank you. Thank you for being here. What was the real reason Jerry Jones hired Mike McCarthy? The real reason.